take the answers because the theory is crucially important to understand to produce the proper results. So if there is any questions on what we so far learned.
I'm just out of curiosity, is any correlation between a Wim Hof technique and Dr. Buteyko, if you know Wim Hof?
Not really, what's that about?
It's like this.
Holotropic plus lower chakra for a long time.
Yeah, and then you hold your breath and then you play. Not necessarily on the exhale, on inhale. But anyway, if you don't know his technique, but he's been studied by many universities right now, so.
Right. All the systems, if they complete, have to be analyzed as complete systems.
Mm-hmm.
So this what we just studied would not apply to this system.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would not apply for the Sigun systems, for the martial art breathing systems, for the yogi breathing system. These things, what I said, would not apply to any of those things because this is a different realm. This is a realm where the system is connecting your breathing with your mental things and your spiritual things and do everything at once. So this logic which we just learned would not apply to this system.
Thank you.
When people are anxious, very often they have to give them brown bag and say, breathe there, right?
Yeah,
So
because
it's actually similar thing that Buteyko.
it's not similar, that's the same.
It's the same. It's
When
the
you
same.
breathe into the bag, there will be some small openings on the sides which will allow some oxygen still to come out, but the quantity of carbon dioxide in the bag would dramatically increase, so
Yeah.
you will be breathing through that's what devices which were developed do.
Right.
But they do it in a proper measured manner, and you can control how, by using the device you can control in which stage you're going to go, because by twitching the device you will increase the quantity of the carbon dioxide in that mixture all the time. But think of the elephant, right? The elephant will live a long, long life, and he breathes through what?
Through the trunk.
Long trunk, so you have a lot of carbon dioxide because to pass the air, there is a not dead, it's a bed, mертвое пространство, okay?
Dead space.
Yeah, but that's bed space. Unused space, right? Unused space, and that space will accumulate already used, breathed out air, and that thus will increase the carbon dioxide. So basically, all the devices produced are just different elephant trunks modified for your use.
Yeah. And also people actually sometimes when they're stressed, something they take their side, like this.
Yeah, they will have a lot of that. In the course of exercise, you will have those signs, the symptoms of the body getting adjusted to the new level of carbon dioxide, and you do like what you do, because this sign would actually wash off a lot of carbon dioxide because it's deep breathing. So what you do, you try to smooth it out. The body wants to do it like that, and you do it instead of. So you slow it down just. Also, you have to suppress the cough because cough also exhale a lot of carbon dioxide and not helpful.
No, my question was different. It's usually when it happens when people are stressed, right? Or they are in grief or something like bothering them. They are doing this deep sign like this.
Yes.
Why? I just want to understand in terms of the theory why people actually, because it happens subconsciously. People don't think it's natural.
Yes.
So why people are doing these deep things?
Because when you're stressed, you're washing off carbon dioxide quickly because unconsciously for you, you're breathing differently. Carbon dioxide leaving the system. Then you're getting quieter and the carbon dioxide returning. And for some reason, the breathing mechanics done the way that at certain points, at certain levels, the body do the deep sign of relief, kind of getting used to new levels. Okay, so that's a good sign, and you will, like in a course of exercise, usually 3 or 4 deep signs like that will come, and after that, basically the exercise is reached proper level of the carbon dioxide. Also, I have to tell you that there, not only carbon dioxide is involved in all this happening, there is also nitrogen, right? And also some other gases involved. So I have a crazy idea that the person can actually use nitrogen as a food, as the plants do. Plants do use nitrogen as a food. So my suspicion is that all this yogic practice in non-eating, they eat nitrogen from the air.
And the synthesized amino acids inside, this is nitrogen. And synthesized amino acids is a nitrogen just inside.
We're not that far away from the plants. If you would take two pictures of the chlorophyll, right? Take two pictures of the chlorophyll and the hemoglobin.
Yeah,
You will see that they're identical, exactly the same. Just the central metal is different, right?
What's the difference?
Iron in the human
And copper.
and
Copper, I think.
magnesium in the I forgot what it is.
Magnesium?
In the plants, right? But the thing is molecular absolutely identical in shape. It's the
Because
same
these-
crab which is grabbing the.
Yeah, it's the same molecule, it's known, right?
Yeah.
It's actually.
So we're not that far from the plant,
Mhm.
and that's also testimony that we are coming from the one same life kind of cell, whatever.
Yeah.
More questions?
Let's breathe.
Okay.
Let's breathe.
Okay. Again. Everything done is very smoothly, very slowly. Is any uncomfortable feeling or anything weird or unusual, then the person should reduce effort and slow down in the exercise, okay? So, the main rule of the exercise is slowly reduce volume and intensity of breathing by relaxing diaphragm until slight shortage of breath, okay? So usually, in Dr. Budeika's classes, people would sit in the chair, but it doesn't really matter as far as you're comfortable. The main thing, you have to be comfortable in your position. And Dr. Budeika would instruct people to try to look higher than the level of the normal position of the eyes, a little bit higher. So do not look down. Try to look either neutral or higher up, and that would help to reduce the actual breathing. As you know, this technique used in the yoga teaching as well. So what you do two main things. You're relaxing your diaphragm right here, so your belly should be very relaxed and all this area should be very relaxed. Also face important and hands important, very relaxed. Hands would be like this, and you would end up breathing in a little bit, tiny little bit, 5% prematurely than it's usually happening.
Can you just, what do you mean by that?
You're breathing in,
Will be premature.
and at certain point you will stop breathing in, right?
Hmm.
So you do that stop a little bit earlier than normal, about 3 to 5% earlier than you would normally do.
Okay, so meaning I'm not going into the bottom of my inhale.
Yeah,
Okay, but
you stop it a little bit earlier.
90%, 80%.
No, 5%.
5, okay.
Tiny little bit earlier.
Got it.
Just tiny.
Mhm.
And then,
And then you go next cycle.
so that's what we do, 5% before the end of the inhale. But
Yeah.
exhale is going
Less
normal.
inhale, yes.
So we're working only on
Exhale.
inhale.
Exhaling a little bit slower than usual. Try to slow it down.
Mhm, mhm.
See, all of the yogic practices, they work on the exhalations. They watch the exhalations.
Yeah, that's the most. You make it longer. So
Yeah, and what I find in the Buteyko and in the Sternikov methods, they concentrate on the inhalation, and that's the only systems that concentrate on the inhalation.
meaning make it shorter. Okay.
Just tiny bit shorter. Make sure you do it very smoothly, very gradually.
And watch your
Because
third
as I
eye.
said, if you push on it, it will backfire. Instead you will have a deep breathing again.
Okay.
So you have to give the body about 15 minutes in order to adjust to that new breathing kind of type.
So shorter inhale,
And slow exhale.
slow, normal, not
Normal.
extended exhale.
Extend it.
So go a little bit
A
further,
little bit further. Yeah.
even into the bottom. Sorry, into the bottom of the exhale.
Try to realize that our task now is to reduce the volume of the air circulating through the lungs per minute.
Got it.
Okay?
Cool.
Right now you have 6.5.
Just
Today
less.
our task to reduce it to 5.95 liters per minute. Little bit reducing.
Are we going to do it for 15 minutes now?
Hmm?
Are we going to do it for about 15 minutes now?
Yeah. If you need to use the washroom, use it.
I'll better sit on the couch.
Okay? If anybody have questions how to properly do it, please do ask the questions. Where is our trained person?
Oh, she needs to feed the dog. Her husband didn't come home,
Oh,
and she just ran to feed the dog. It's such a cute dog.
What kind of dog?
I don't know the name, but it's...
okay, please let's do exercise because time is not. So again, we are slowly, gently, gradually reducing the volume and intensity of breathing by relaxing diaphragm until slight shortage of breath, and we're holding that slight shortage of breath.
I don't understand for how long do we hold that shortage of breath? As much as we
And
can?
we're breathing in and out, but we have a feeling that there is not enough air. And that feeling, that's what we're after. We want that. That little bit, not a, just little bit, not enough air. Okay. Oh, we keep doing it. Keep reducing the volume and intensity of breathing. So basically, if you look from the side, you see the chest is stopped moving in the person who's practicing. It's much easier for the ladies because ladies are naturally inclined to breathe into the stomach. It's a little bit harder for a man. But basically you see that there is no movement of the chest, and if properly done, there is also no visible movement of the stomach, although it moves a little bit, but it's so small that nobody can see it. If somebody feels that it's going well, then that person can actually add to this practice with holding the breath as we did in the control pause until the first uncomfortable feeling, and after that there should be a normal breathing. When you start the breath again, it should be normal, it should not be too deep. If it's too deep, that means that you holding it for too long. You have to reduce a little bit that hold. So if somebody feel that they're up to it, they can add to the first technique, they can add second technique, because this is the two core techniques which is used, and they do produce the increase of the carbon dioxide, and then body will gradually get used to it. through the exercise, 6 more minutes. That desire to sigh will come, just try to reduce it, try to do not let it go the way it should go natural, just suppress it a little bit, make it slower and less deep. Two more minutes left. can slowly come out of the exercise. Open the eyes. Okay. So what? Anybody experience any feelings, any sensations, or any other experiences?
Peace.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Peace.
stillness.
Increased level of carbon dioxide create feeling of peace and relaxation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. There's a space.
Like right now, all my chest is burning and face is burning and palms burning. That's sign of what?
Cheeks went, yeah.
Increased circulation, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, no sleepiness.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, yeah.
I felt
Actually, it's
tired.
good.
First,
It is
first
good.
when you start
Yeah, it's
doing it, it's giving you kind of like a sleepy feeling, but then after 15-20 minutes, you feel a burst of energy coming. And it's not an energy of a sort like a quick energy, it's just like basic kind of normal feeling of getting energized.
Mhm.
Alright, so